Hi, and Assalamualaikum to Mr. Mohamad and to all the audience. My name is Aqil Faiz bin Mohamad Ramezan with metric number 72123. As president of this project, this is my team member that is among Carolina Loudya, Anak Senda, Mohamad Amin bin Mohamad Khairul Sahimi, and Syahirah Binti Mohamad Sahril. We are representative from Applied Agricultural Resource Hendrian Berhad to handle this project. I'm gonna introducing to you about this community project. This community project was named Improving Learning at Home Workshop. Since COVID-19 pandemic has spread around the world, over 1.2 billion students was affected from the pandemic. This pandemic can cause death and does not have any cure yet. COVID-19 also easily spread with each other. So, the movement control order was announced by the government. The order announced by the government is social distancing, traveling prohibition, and others. With the movement control order that needs to follow, the educational system was drastically affected. All schools need to be closed and learning progress stops immediately. Even the virtual learning has been introduced. The students can't study effectively because of limited facilities and lack of motivation. Also goes with teachers because this is the first time for them to teach their students online and they didn't prepare well for online class. The pandemic also affect the people's surrounding and the student parents. For example, their parents losing their jobs due to unstable economy during this pandemic. So, they didn't have any income during this pandemic or after the pandemic. So, this workshop was held to overcome this problem. Even there is limitation when doing this project such as social distancing. With the help from the Ministry of Education, RTM and other organizations, this workshop organized smoothly in 14 January until 16 January 2021. This workshop target three types of people, that is SPM candidates, teachers, and community. For students, the student will get enough educational resource and boost up their motivation for them to study at home with the help from invited educators. The subject that they learn during the workshop is Malay language, English, mathematics, and more. For the students that have financial problem, we will try our best to provide them with smartphone, internet data, and others. Hope they will pass SPM paper with excellent result. Teachers. The teachers will be provided with useful tips and methods and applications that can help them in online class season. It also helps them to adapt with class and continuing their syllabus by making their online class become more interactive. The community also having their roles in the project. This project will cultivate empathy value among society for the person who needs help during this pandemic. This will make them realize on how does people surrounding affected by this pandemic. We need to help those people in our community in terms of financial, energy, and others. Somehow, this will make our bond become stronger. That's all my time with all of you. I'm gonna pass this with my friend. They will explain them in details about this program. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. I'm Binti. Today I'm going to present the summary of the program, which includes the location and date, and also the collaborators that we are collaborating in this workshop. But before that, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Syahirah Binti Mohamad Sahril with the metric number of 71045. My position in this company is I am the Chief Marketing Officer of Applied Agriculture Resource Sendirian Berhad. So moving on, a brief summary of this program is that we are going to organize an educational workshop that caters different needs of students, and also how to produce effective learning materials for educators that they can use in their online learning, so that students become more engaged in the classroom. So the location is that we have chosen a very specific location, which is which is my company, Applied Agriculture Resource Berhad, has been interested in organizing this event in the auditorium of Radio Television Malaysia, which is located in Kuching, Sarawak. So the reason why we choose this specific place is that because the space is quite spacious, even though the number of participants is just 5 students and 5 teachers, but we agree that the more spacious the place is, it's convenient for each and every one of us, for the participant and the organizer that is organizing the event. So it will be a 3-day workshop, which includes a seminar, a brief talk by the Ministry of Education and the collaborators, and then we are going to also have a speed quiz, which we allow students to engage with the speakers from the education district of Kuching, and it will involve only 6 subjects, which is Bahasa Melayu, English, Maths, Sejarah, Pendidikan Islam, and Moral. So for the first day, we are going to conduct the activities is according to the tentative, which is it starts at 8:30 a.m. until 4 p.m. So students are going to participate in the seminar, which is held on the first quarter of the tentative, and then it will end before 4 p.m. So each students will participate in the speed quiz that we have organized, and we hope that by the end of each day they will master each subject that has been taught and has been shared by the speakers from the Ministry of Education of Kuching, Sarawak. On the last day, you can see that there still are going to be students who are going to participate in the seminar and activities, but on the last day, educators, 5 of the teachers are going to be involved in creating learning materials and tools that they can use in online learning. Okay, so next we move on to the target community. We have chosen B40 community as our target because we believe that this community needs more exposure to the education itself, because they lack like resource materials and also money to join online classes that are being held online. So by providing this educational workshop that is broadcasted live in RTM and also YouTube, students that are participating in the live workshop itself would gain vulnerable knowledge. So next, we move on to the location. Why we choose Radio Television Malaysia RTM Kuching Sarawak is because the location is located near the school, which is we are the students that are participating this. They are from St. Teresa Secondary High School, which is only located for 15 to 20 minutes from Radio Television Malaysia Berhad. So we believe that by organizing this event there at the auditorium, they will save money on transportation, and also they will easily arrive there without the school providing them any fees for transportation. Okay, so the last one, I will explain about the collaborators. We Applied Agriculture Resource Berhad, we have 3 collaborators, which is the Ministry of Education itself, and then we have MARA, which is Majlis Amanah Rakyat, and then the third one is RTM, which is Radio Television Malaysia Berhad. For the sponsorship, we have allocated 2 specific company, which is Petronas and Mara. We have requested an amount of 4,500 from each of them, and that will be included in our budget that will be presented by my group member next. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Syahirah, for the explanation about program purposes and the collaboration part. Hello, my name is Loudya, and for the next, I will explain about SWOT analysis. This analysis is used to plan the strategic technique where we need to identify the SWOT, SWOT, that stands for strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. One of the strengths of this workshop is we support the use of interactive learning environment as contributing critical thinking. Next, we provide expert learner to share their skill with participants to improve their answer techniques and develop innovative models for higher education. While the weakness of this program is the activities conducted will be limited since SOP, Standard Operating Procedure, should be followed. For example, limited audience are be taken where 5 students and teachers were chosen from SMK St. Teresa, while the rest students and teachers will join the workshop via online. Next, O. O stands for opportunity. Opportunity that this program gets are established regional cooperation in the field of education to enhance the identity of a company that prioritizes the education sector. Then, from this program, we can increase attention and appreciation through online learning system. It also can create more variation in learning from the outcome and learning given. Lastly, T, trade. This program may causes the student feel uncomfortable to adapt in the program since the workshop will be doing online at their own place. Then the location of recording, which at Auditorium Piramli, also would risk for infection. To build this event also give the trade where we need to ask permission from all relevant authorities, especially the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Health because of SOP is required. Okay, next, operational costs. For this program, the grand total of the costs are 13,835 ringgit Malaysia and 85 cents, including the 5% of miscellaneous. For this workshop, 5,000 ringgit Malaysia have given for the budget. Now, to cover the remaining costs, we have applied for the sponsorship. And there are 2 companies are willing to give sponsorship, which is Mara and Petronas. Both companies are agreed to give 5,000 ringgit Malaysia, and total of the sponsorship are 10,000 ringgit Malaysia. Thus, total of the budget is 15,000 ringgit Malaysia, which can cover the expenses of the event. Next part is anticipated outcome. From anticipated outcome, the student will gain more knowledge and are able to prepare well for the upcoming XPM examination. With material given during workshops, students are able to study effectively about the subject. Thus, it boosts students to study well. The teacher also are able to plan their effective strategies to teach and assess the student in virtual class, since they knew about the tools and instruments that useful in online classes. Therefore, students will become more engaged in online classes. Not only that, our company will gaining attention among society and build a great relationship between the community and staff. The last point for anticipated outcome is that the student problems during this COVID-19 pandemic have been heard and solved, where teachers are able to help students in their online learning by providing necessary materials to be used, and thus they are able to learn in more conducive and effective way. That's all from me. Next, I will pass to the Amin to continue. Thank you.
For the tentative of the program, I will explain about it. We have 3 days for this program. For day 1, 7 to 8:15 a.m. we will come in the arrival of the student and the teachers from the school you decide before. Go 8:15 a.m. we will come in the director and our collaborator for 8:30. Before we start the program, we will have a reading prayer, and then we start our program for 9 a.m. A speech from our collaborator, which is we have the 3 speakers. The first one is Director of Radio Television Malaysia, which is RTM. The second one is the Ministry of Education, and then the last one is Director of District Education Office of Kuching. Okay, and then we start our activity 1, which is the Bahasa Melayu, from 9:30 a.m. until 12 p.m. And then we break for a while for our lunch, and then we start our activities with the quiz for 1 hour, and then from 2 until 4 p.m. we start our activity 2, which is the English language. Okay, I have done for day 1. For day 2, 7 to 8 as usual, we will come in the student and the teachers, and then we start our activity 3 from 8 to 10 p.m. which is the mathematics, and then we continue with the quiz. Okay, we break for lunch 11:30 until 1 p.m. and then we start our activity 4, which is the history, 1 p.m. until 3 p.m. and then for the last, we have a quiz for 1 hour, which is the 3 p.m. until 4 p.m. Okay, have done for day 2. For day 3, 7 to 8 a.m. we will come in the student and the teachers, and then for 8 to 11, for 2 hours, we have activity 5, which is the pendidikan Islam, pendidikan agama Islam for the Muslim student, and the non-Muslim student we have the pendidikan moral. Okay, and then we continue with 1 hour quiz, and then we break for a while for lunch, 12 p.m. until 1 p.m. and then we have a talk for 2 hours, which is the topic we will discuss this how to engage a student in online classes. Okay, and the last, we have a 1 hour of closing ceremony. We have the prize giving, the photo session, and so on. Okay, that's all for the tentative program. Thank you. For conclusion, COVID-19 and the MCO, which is the movement control orders imposed by the government, has deeply give an impact for the education sector in Malaysia. Because the primary and secondary school in Malaysia will face any other pressure as enrollment students likely to be delayed and deferred. Even if class move to online, challenge remain. For example, as scientific research and classes that require the laboratory setting will be affected. Examination, which constitute the component of the overall evaluation of student, also can be postponed indefinitely. So our role is to expose the student how to adapt and online learning, because some students don't know how to use the Zoom, Google Meet, Webex, because they don't have the experience for the past, because this is a new situation for them. And also our target is to make sure all the student and the teacher who attend this workshop be more efficient and more intellectual and be more creativity for the next their studies. We hope the effort we make to help the student and the teachers can be more impact and give a prepare well to the student for their examination. Thank you.